So to get the door cover off of a Range Rover Sport 2009, what you do is, see this thing here, which was here, you just pull it, it just comes away here and then lift it out. So you need to get that out your way. Then just pull this off, just pulls to the left, just poke a tiny screwdriver and it comes out, and there's a screw here. You have to pull this off like that, and I just used a plastic tool. You pull it upwards and it sort of goes like that, clips up like so. I just used a tool like that, and then you've got a couple of screws here. So take this screw out, and there's screw there, screw there. You've got to pull out, and then the card, the main card actually pulls to, once you've got lift this out of the way, the whole card pulls towards you. It doesn't go up. You might as well open the window, it might make it easier, but it doesn't go up. You pull it and it unclips once you've taken the screws out. Once you take the screws out, it will be loose. The screw on the left is a bigger silver one. The screw here on the right is a longer one. There's a little tab here you need to remove. There's a screw under that, just underneath the handle. Just clip it out with a thin screwdriver and it's there, look. And that's quite a short screw. It's like one of those starry type ones. Yeah, on closer inspection it's not, it's just a normal Phillips, but it's shorter on the on that, just behind there. Yeah, so the tab to get this off. So you've got a connector to get out of the way. You've got a connector here for the wing mirror, and there's another connector here as well. Remove that. The small one, I just squeezed it. There's a little tab here. I just squeezed it there and it came out. So to get this one off, you've got like a hole there, sort of got a screwdriver under it, under this bit. See the way there's like a tab, and it was that way round, and it went in there, but really it was easy, really, just that's the way. So I think the idea now is if we just pull it, we're just going to give it a pull and see what happens. Yeah, we sort of pulled it and it's starting to clip, out. What I'll do, I think I'll open the window. The reason I'm even taking it off is because this is stiff and doesn't do anything. But it does manually lock the car, but the electronic isn't engaging it. It feels very stiff. And as I pull, you can see it's starting to expose these clips. And there's clips down there. I'm just hoping I haven't forgotten any screws, but there's more clips down there as well. Sort of round type. I've got this sort of catch the weight if I can't carry it. These little chair. Yeah, that sort of fell out, but it doesn't really matter. And I got the ignition off now. Okay, I'm carefully sort of pulling it. Yeah, just making sure there's no screw left in. That's all I'm worried about really. I'm just going to make sure I haven't left any screws in on this side. You can see the clips in there. All seems fine. Pop them off. And it's now just hanging down. That's where they came off. They just keep them in line, you can't go wrong. And then just working out how to disconnect the light now. So there's the unit. We're using my phone as a torch. So this off, and you've got a torque screw there, and these clips, you get them from the actual inside. See that the top one is broke. See the way it curves, this one here? The bottom one didn't, so obviously the handle goes in and then through like that. And you've got one of these on the outside and one of these on the inside. So I did sort of manage to look through this hole, put a phone in there with the torch on, and just about on the inside, I suppose it was like this, I managed to get a small screwdriver and pushing it up here. At the bottom one I just ended up breaking it off because it was just too hard. But they don't cost much, you know, £5 or £6. Just put a new one in, they just clip it, they literally just clip into place. So anyway, once that's screws, not torques on the outside, then we got the torques on the inside, and the whole handle will come off then, and then we'll move on to fitting the new item, but what a nightmare it's been so far. I'm going to use this thing. I can't even see the size. Anyway, small. Get that one off and get the other one off. The inner one is the longer one. So it just pulls towards you and then comes out like that. I haven't broke that one. So yeah, I suppose we better take the gaskets off. Looks like they just peel and they got these little pokey bits. Keep them. I've got a feeling that we've got to do something with that. Can't remember what though. I just remember seeing we had to do something with that on a video. So we'll get this the right way around. So look, the narrower part at the front, like so. So to get the handle off the inside, we have to, this piece here actually comes out. You get a screwdriver behind it, or something, I would recommend something plastic really, behind it, and it actually comes out. And just so you know which way it faces, just have a look there. So on my one you've got like a little mark at the top here, just so I remember, and you've got the sort of D shape facing the car. And then you just push that, see that little noggin there? You push that and then grab the handle from the inside and push it towards the car, and the whole thing comes off. Yeah, it was quite hard to get it out, but it did come out. There you go. Okay, so that's come off. Now we should be able to get everything out in one piece. With a bit of luck, should get the locking mechanism, which has caused all of this work. Right, all in one piece. So it's a bit wet, could be water I suppose, but let's look for any obvious problems. And I bent that down to see if it would work, but oh, it does feel, yeah, it does feel like stiff as ever. So I'll just compare it to the new one, but then we'll just swap it. So to swap it, we're going to open up these two little clips. You open it up there and this whole thing comes out. And then on the other side, to the handle, yeah, same again. Slip that out of there. And that's it, try not to break anything. Well here, there's no need for us to touch anything there. That all looks fine. So what we're going to do first is take this off. I know it's quite hard to see, but you open up apparently the little black, I know it's really hard to see, and the thing just slips up and then you just turn it and it comes out. So we've got a little flat screw here and we're going to just open this up and then it will slip round. So they do break quite often. If they do, put a cable tie through those two holes to hold it in place. That was okay. They're very thin though, aren't they? But it didn't break. And then it will only come off here in one position. You'll only lift off in one position. Yeah, in that position there, all the way round. And then it lifts off. Okay, let's put it on the other one, on the new one. So in the on position, look, and then it will, once it's in the right position, it will turn. Okay, and I clipped it down and I even pulled this to make sure, because that bit was latched and I wanted it unlatched, so I just pulled the cable. Okay, other cable now. So same again, it will only come off in one position. The latches are the same. I know they're black, but it's the same latch. Okay, clipped it up, same procedure, and then you got to turn all the way 90 degrees, and then it pops out. Let's get it in the other one. You go in that way, look at the tab, the way it's facing level with that. Turn it, put it in, twist it round, and then it will lock into place. Right, well it's all joined. I'm going to go in reversing order now. I would say, because I bought a cheap budget one, I would say that if you're going to do all this work, get a good one. Even if it's a second-hand Land Rover one, just get a good one. That's what I wish I did now. But anyway, I've done it. I'm going to have a look. I mean, to be honest with you, this one, it doesn't actually look original to me, but... And I actually don't know why it's not working. So we'll put it back together and see what we think. But you know, I bent down the clip here. Well, if you look at the other one, it doesn't need to be bent down. So I bent that down because I watched the video. Right, let's put it back together. Okay, to put it back together, I did forget to say that there was a power cable here that powered the locking unit, actuator. You just push the tab on the side. Go in the car, the two holes are at the top, and then the handle's at the top. Right, we've got it in now. I think we're going to fit one of these screws. In. Tab, wasn't there, that you push? one was the longer one, I think. D. Where did you put the D? The D is important. And the rubbers. There's the D. Didn't work. Get it on there first. Okay, got the power plug back on, and then we're gonna feed through the cable back through this hole here. That's where it came from before. The handle's on. Those three are tight. I'm gonna put the clip back on here in a minute. Next thing is get the rubber grommets back on. Right, they're on, and then I think go like so. I don't want to break the handle, like so, and then push it, I think. Yeah, seems to work. We've got the screw inside. That's it. So then we just clip that other one on. And really it needs a new one, but I think it will hold for a while. It's got one clip on it, and they're not going to cost much anyway if it falls off. Yeah, it's not the tightest of fits because obviously it's missing one clip. So, but oh well, there you are. So the handle seems to be working, doing what it's meant to do. The scary bit's going to be the glass, trying to get that all back in without breaking it, making sure it's in its runners. And to be honest with you, it's just trial and error. turn that black thing round to the right way round, and then up and down with the windows winder, which you've got still connected. Try not to break it. If I do, I'll call out mobile windscreens. We can connect this back up here. I'll do that now, and put this rubber grommet back. Don't need to look through there. Actually, yes, we do for the clip. So yeah, actually, don't do that. That's the window winder. That's the speaker. So let's keep going. We put the couple of screws here. The glass is still sort of held up. I'm going to sort of try and do it. I'm going to have to do it by hand, just myself. Just lower it onto that clip. And then if it doesn't clip into the other clip, I'm going to have to just wing it when we get there. Learn as we go. Okay, well that went to plan. I put a couple of screws in. Carefully lowered the glass onto the... They both clipped into place. And the glass is going up and down fine. Just tested it. Going up and down fine. So... going to put the last few bolts in. Round the housing, connect that power back up. Right, clips back on, speaker back on. Speaker on, power for the speaker. Okay, I just put the bolts back on. So now really, I haven't even tested the central locking. I'm like, I don't even want to do this again. Let's just make sure we can open and shut the door before we fit anything else. Because that's the main thing I don't want to lose, is be able to open my own car door. So that's working fine. So all back together, and guess what? She works. All that locked, unlocked, opens, lock. So working great. It is quite annoying when it doesn't work. So yeah, so the main thing I've learned from this is we need to, you know, have a detailed video on how to remove the glass. But the crux is you lower it down halfway, unclip the left side, lower it down 3/4 of the way. There's a hole behind here where you can unclip the right side. Really, the rest is quite obvious then. So bye for now. Thanks for watching. All the best.